Hi everyone, Debbie Branker here along with my husband Craig Livermore, and you might remember us from the nutrition video. For this video, we'd like to introduce you to organizing and outreach, the heart of Simple Veg.
Now you'll see on the right a picture of Bilal and Brianna Walker. They are leaders of our Newark chapter. They are also founding board members, and they're really going to be our experts in supporting us all nationally in organizing efforts. Debbie and I are just going to offer this little introductory snippet here today for us to be on the same page. Simple Veg is an organizing community as opposed to an educational or service organization. We will learn from each other as we go and support each other in our dietary path and gardening. But the focus of meetings and activities will be reaching out to recruit new chapter members, starting new chapters and pods, and working on projects to expand access to plant-based whole foods and local growing. So we will naturally and organically teach each other and learn from others, but we're really going to be focused on going out, getting more folks involved, and changing systems.
So what will the character of this community be like? So we have drawn from our foundational values from Chloe Valdery's theory of enchantment, and also we have a commitment to nonviolent social change. So in referencing Chloe Valdery's theory of enchantment, we really believe in embracing people as whole people, treating people like complex human beings, not racial, political, religious, or gender, sexual identity, or orientation stereotypes, as the full characters that we all are. We are all about, within our community, criticizing to uplift and empower, never to tear down or destroy, and rooting everything, every single thing we do in love and compassion. Our commitment to nonviolent social change. Nonviolence means not committing acts of violence, but it means more than that. It means loving people who do not have the same views that we do, and respectfully and civilly disagreeing with people, again, criticizing to uplift and empower, never to tear down or destroy, and listening to people, sharing ideas, and standing in the firmness of our own beliefs, but also being open to hearing other people's beliefs.
So some principles of successful organizing. This is from a man named Marshall Gans. He's really well known in the organizing world. He was involved back in the 70s with, you might have heard of Cesar Chavez, United Farm Workers in the West and Southwest organizing themselves. He's been involved in a lot of campaigns. He now teaches at Harvard. A lot of his principles were actually used by the 2008 and 2012 Obama for president campaigns, which are really revolutionary, groundbreaking approaches to political campaigning. So what does this focus? Well, focus on relationships of those who are organizing. So we're going to be motivated by, you see the second part, focus on creating motivation for people to change. Well, we're motivated before better health and climate, but ultimately people will do things because they get close to those they're working for. Those in the Obama campaign, they loved President Obama, but interviewers afterwards talked to them and they really grew close to their fellow volunteers. So we're going to get close to each other, but we're also going to build relationships with folks in the community. People will change their eating behaviors because of being trusted, because of trusting someone and having a deep relationship with them. I knew Debbie and we got married and she was vegan forever. Only about 8 or 9 years later did I become vegan and eventually whole foods plant-based. It took that long, but she was there every day being as an example, and she was let me take my own path. Also, we're going to provide access to relevant knowledge. So we do that through this onboard training. We start with a knowledge base, but then we have communal processes that lead to new learning. So we're going to learn as we go through sharing on Slack and through just being friends. It'll organically happen that we'll get new knowledge.
So some examples of organizing activities. So again, organizing activities are all about helping us to cultivate our community, helping us to get to know each other better, trust each other more, and just see each other and learn from each other. So examples of organizing activities: community events, example, a concert at a community garden, virtual events with social media outreach, canvassing, going door to door, street corner, or public park, speaking at meetings or events, and any of the amazing ideas that you will come up with, because we believe in you.
Now, here's the key. We do these events, we do the outreach, we do all of that. We do these activities. But the goal of the organizing activity you see in the orange is not the activity. So if we watch a movie together, like about the badass vegan and, or What the Health or something, the goal for us is not that activity in watching the movie. Why? Because just getting that information itself is no one's going to change their lives. They will change their lives if they're involved in relationships with others whose lives are changed. So the goal for any activity is to build relationships and gather information for further follow-up. Whenever we meet anybody, talk to them, we always focus on collecting contact information, name, email, phone number, okay? Advertisers know that most people need exposure to an idea 7 times before they make a decision, yes or no, like joining a Simple Veg chapter. So we need to meet people. We need to see them on the corner at the store. We need to follow up with emails. We have to visit them again. We have to build relationship until they get to know us and until they actually join our chapter and start changing their lives.
So putting some of those things, even more concretely, when we first encounter people, it's definitely, getting their contact information into a centralized document, like a shared Google spreadsheet. It's, again, following up with them, via email and visiting them, maybe calling them on the phone, texting them, and just asking them if they'd like to attend a Simple Veg chapter meeting. It is also about asking people to become members by viewing the onboard training videos. And it's about being committed to building a relationship by showing genuine interest in people and where they are on their journey and asking them to become involved in Simple Veg, but not constantly asking them, not badgering them. It's really about showing that you care about them and feel a sense of connectedness, and that you want to present them with information that might change their lives if they want to be a part of that. So also for the chapter project aspect of being a part of Simple Veg, some ways to increase whole foods plant-based access. So you want to think about whose support you can get, even if they aren't part of Simple Veg. So you want to think about creative alliances, ways that you can collaborate with individuals that you know, maybe building a wide-ranging support for projects based upon shared interests. Perhaps, you might know of a politician, an elected official who cares about climate change, but has not voiced an interest in eating whole foods plants. And you could try to get their support by showing how eating plants, whole foods plant-based, reduces climate change emissions. So those kinds of creative collaborations. You also want to start by listening to and learning from institutions that you are aware of and finding out what's important to them and what motivates them, and using that information to help with considering what kinds of projects you want to create.
This work is hard. Trying to make positive change is very, very difficult. You're going against vested interests. People are often slow to change. They're scared of change. So we need to seek psychological and spiritual support for the challenges of trying to make change. We have to be aware that 99% of the folks we speak to will say no or not be interested.
And that's okay.
And that's okay. But with that 1%, we will change the world. And this is all about volume, too. Like if we talk to millions of people, 1% is a lot, okay? But we have to really work, and this is hard for all of us, to not try to take the no's personally, especially when people get angry or upset. We have to support each other and pray or meditate. Whatever your practice is, have a daily practice to go inside or seek some higher power to give you strength, because it gives you perspective. And remember, the results don't matter. Now, what do we mean? Well, of course we want change. We want things to happen. But in some senses, all we can do is offer people the truth. It's their decision whether they want to change, and that's what's empowering about our approach. We'll respect that.
And love them regardless of what they decide to do.
Love them regardless. All that matters is that we are speaking the truth and sharing facts that the powerful are withholding from everyday folk. But that takes the pressure off us. If we know our truth and we speak our truth
in love,
speak our truth in love, that's all our responsibility dictates.
So to sum it up,
We're about the people, not about the power. You are now a Simple Veg chapter member. We're all in this together. Just one more step. Below this video is a link. Click on that link, and you type in your name and info to say that you've done the training and that you agree to our principles and values. And we're going to do this. Get the word out to others. We look forward to working with you, and have a healthy, vegetable-rich day.
Fruit rich too.
And fruits and nuts and legumes and tubers and everything else.